So I finally took some advice from Lord Knight and bought a phone tripod so that I would have footage of all my matches, both for replay review and for YouTube at my locals. And this is the first video I am doing where I have that tripod footage of all my matches. I wish it were a happier video. I have very mixed feelings about how I performed at this monthly. As you can see here, I got really mauled by my friend Asar and his Kimberly. Every other time that I have played Asar, it has been very close, and I was really hoping this was going to be the time I got him. Unfortunately, there were a combination of two things that really screwed me over here. Okay, maybe three things. Number one is that I got a little bit nervous and twitchy, and that negatively affects my gameplay. Number two is that this match started about 2 hours after it was supposed to start, and this was my first set in the bracket. Things got delayed, and I had warmed up and was feeling pretty good at 7 o'clock, and this match started at around 9 o'clock, and I feel like I got frozen out really badly in terms of my confidence, my execution, feeling like I was just ready to play, and it really threw me off. And then the third thing being that I have found that I have finally trained my Marisa out of being on offense like a zoo animal. But the problem is that now my offense is a little bit too passive. I do a lot of shimmying around waiting to react to things when I should just be applying pressure of my own instead of always trying to react to things. I am too active on defense. I keep making guesses on defense here, like that throw attack that just got punished. But on offense, I am often waiting to do something. And there is the first of many painful B&B combo drops that happened in this set. That was supposed to be charged back heavy, quarter circle back, and I did it too fast and got charged back heavy, down heavy. And at this point, I think I was already so tilted that it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. I tried to take a break, I went back to character select, I tried to take a breath, and this set just proceeded to go so downhill. Part of me is glad it was against a friend because he knows I don't always play like that, and we talked about it afterwards. But at the same time, it was embarrassing that it was against a friend because I didn't want somebody whose opinion I care about to see me play this poorly. And this was just really poor. I'm not reacting to anything. I'm not reacting to DIs. I'm not reacting to teleport. I'm kind of just throwing out Gladius. And the times that I do get the hit here, I'm dropping really basic combos. Like, this is an ideal scenario for me to take this round, and that was supposed to be, again, a back heavy, and I got down heavy from doing back heavy quarter circle back too fast. And I, do not know what I am doing here. Even watching this back, all I see is nerves and discomfort and confusion that I was dropping my basic combos, proceeding to cause me to drop more basic combos. You could see me literally smack myself in the head there because I was just like, what the hell am I doing? What is happening? If the audio for the match were on, I've muted it to put music and my replay review over it. If the audio for the match were on, you could hear me going, what the hell is wrong with me? What the fuck was that? I know how to do that combo. I was really just freaked out at this point. And I was not able to calm down in time to bring the set back. I believe I do get this one round. There again, that was supposed to be jabs into quarter circle back. Really simple. It took me a long time to learn when I was a new player, but I haven't dropped jabs into quarter circle in a long time. And I was just so uncomfortable at this point that I was pretty much only doing Gladius and jumps and just did not know what to do. I, at least there, landed a combo to kill. I definitely could have killed there with level 1, I think, if I'd routed differently, but I was just desperate to get around on the board. Really, watching back here at the time, I felt like a complete and total idiot, but I think this was really just a case of getting frozen out by the late start, nerves, and a little bit of panic after the first game went as poorly as it did. However, I really thought this was going to be the beginning of an entire tournament where I played very poorly. I had a bad feeling this was going to be an 0-2 tournament for me. And as you'll see as this goes on, it very much wasn't. There were 25 people at this monthly in the Street Fighter 6 bracket. I made top 8. I went 3-2 after this, despite this being the most horrendous start to a tournament that I've had offline in, I think, maybe a year, maybe even longer. I mean, it was deeply demoralizing. But if there's one theme to this channel, it's that it's normal to make mistakes and to struggle, and that it's normal to have low points. And that is why I choose to post the VODs where I feel I played in an embarrassing way. And here we go to my first losers match. And I feel okay in the Zangief matchup, but I was still very freaked out by the execution issues I was having. And you can see that somewhat in my gameplay here as well. Namely, this is the first of many times that I attempt to anti-air with Light Gladius. And this particular Zangief player is aware that that can be abused with empty jumps, and that a charged Gladius on block is -5 and can be punished with an SPD. And it happens like 4 times in this set without me adapting to using another anti-air. You also see multiple times here where like I had the right idea, but I did it too fast. I went for drive rush, crouch light kick to try to catch him walking back, and I got the hit, but I didn't go in far enough for the subsequent lights to connect into a string. The additional buttons whiffed, and the result is that I don't get any of the pressure that I was trying to get. So I drop round 1. At this point, I'm just like, absolutely not. I do not want to go home. I do not want this to be an 0-2 tournament. There the anti-air works out. I'm applying some pressure. I'm keeping it tight. I didn't want to go for fake Oki because he seemed like he was very comfortable using SPD, and I was afraid he was going to do wake up SPD. I was a little bit too far away there to get the extension that I wanted off of the charged knee, but got lucky that he went for parry and was able to punish the parry. There, I started finally getting my back heavy quarter circle back. So I'm kind of waking up. I'm snapping out of it. I'm like, no. I still know how to play. I can calm down. I can do this. But again, you're seeing here that that was a good whiff punish, actually. But I still feel that my offense overall is a little bit too passive. I do start steamrolling a bit here. That was supposed to be an OD Phalanx into wall splat, not an OD Gladius. There's the anti-air counter that I was just talking about, where he's punishing my anti-airs with SPD. I had a read there that he was going to go for drive rush sweep. I don't know why he hadn't done it yet. I just felt it in my bones. This is the type of Zangief who is going to do that on Oki, and I wanted to test it. There, I again dropped my jabs into quarter circle back, but this time I didn't just totally freak out. I recovered. I continued applying my pressure. He is throw tacking, so I kind of backed off on the throws, started trying to do more buttons. He could have punished that. The anti-air situation happens again. He's really trying to fight his way out of the corner, and he gets it because I am autopiloting my Light Gladius anti-air. It's only a good option to a point. That is also not the first time in the set that I armored something with stance, and he proceeded to jump. And I was still going for the command grab on autopilot. The biggest theme of this set was a lack of adaptation on my part. I feel I won this primarily due to being more confident in the matchup and dropping fewer combos and varying my options on offense and really maintaining offense. But in a lot of ways, I did not feel I earned this win because I still was not adapting to my opponent in the way that I wanted to. That could have been a whiff punish, but it did happen really fast. I got the wall splat. Okay, I was trying to remember if I got the wall splat there or not. I dropped my combo there. I don't know how I dropped that. I think I hesitated on what combo route to do. There I finally adapted. I went for armor stance. I know he jumps every time. I'm going to go low, and I've caught him. And there I also drive rushed in far enough for my light string to connect. At this point, I was confident that if I really steamrolled him with my offense, I was going to be able to just choke this guy out. But he was good at calling out situations where I was being fake. I wasn't actually plus enough to do what I was doing. And when I did keep it tight, he was good at calling it out with perfect parry. This was really scrambly. Really, really scrambly. I got lucky that SPD whiffed. I'm not really sure what happened there, but I did thankfully react in time to whiff punish it, even though I was confused. And sometimes, even when something as big as an SPD whiffs, if I wasn't expecting it and I'm confused, I don't actually react with the whiff punish. And here, what happened here? I tried to go for a fake wall splat, and he threw me out of it. Very great awareness, I feel, on the frame data. I wasn't close enough to punish the SPD there, even though I did react. What happened here? Frame trap. At this point, he's almost dead, and I tried to go for a kind of not real option select. I went for armor stance to figure if he hits a button, great. If he doesn't, I'll do overhead and it'll kill him. And he jumped. I tried to force it way too much, and I really should have thrown that. He doesn't know how he got level 1 super, and I'm lucky that he did. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I didn't go 0-2. I'm 1-1, but Chun-Li is a matchup that makes me uncomfortable. I think she beats Marisa pretty handily. And I had also just watched this Chun-Li go pretty even with Kenny Bigback, who was one of my biggest rivals at my locals that I have not been able to beat yet. So I was confident that this was a strategic, intelligent, principled Chun-Li player, not somebody who was just going to mash or play chaotically, and that I really needed to play smart in order to take this match. And this is where I feel I really started to snap out of feeling I couldn't execute, feeling I couldn't make right decisions. I stopped failing to adapt, and I began to play like I want to see myself play. Chun-Li's jump air legs really throws me off, because there are a lot of situations where I'm prepared to react to a jump or a button, but it being multi-hitting will mess up my instinct to react to the jump with Gladius, because it will beat the Gladius armor with lightning legs being so many hits. I really thought that was going to wall splat. I really thought I was close enough for a wall splat there. And instead I got a flip out of the medium punch target combo, which was really not ideal. And it got scrambly, but I did close the round out. Round 2, at this point, I'm like, nah, I'm awake. I know what I'm doing. I know how to play this matchup. I'm going to apply my pressure. I'm going to run my game plan. And I stopped playing quite so passive. And I think that is something I need to do more. That I have finally stopped having the instinct when I'm nervous to just press any button, like, please do something. But I need to stop having the opposite instinct when I'm nervous to just stop doing anything altogether. I was not actually close enough, I think, there to maybe get my link. Either that or I did the medium kick too late. I got lucky with the throw. At this point, I'm just looking to react to anything, and I got it. For any other Modern players out there, something interesting about Modern that I somehow did not discover until recently. If you are holding down back and you hit super, SOCD cleaning will interpret that as down over back. So you can get level 3 wall crouch blocking on Modern, and that is how I got that out so fast. I am still unfortunately dropping, and dropped repeatedly today, my link from drive rush stand medium kick into back heavy punch quarter circle back. This just really seemed to be a poor day for my execution, and I don't know if it was just bad luck, or if it was getting frozen out by the late start, or if it was that I was freaked out by having an initial bad match. But at a certain point, I just went, okay, my execution's a little off today. I can't have complete faith in it, but I still have to try to just play my game and not act like I don't know how to do this at all, or I'm gonna get screwed over by my own fear to do anything. I have to trust myself. And I started trusting myself here and seeing more success. At this point, I'm like, okay, set point. I can do this. I just need to not get too greedy. I have been working on, if I go into armor stance and they don't react, sometimes it's beneficial to go into the overhead. Oh, I dropped the link again, God. Sometimes it's beneficial to go into the overhead, but I've also found that if I go into the overhead every time, there are people who will just press into the armor stance, and it is sometimes beneficial to hold it so long that if they're not walking forward and throwing, they just kind of go, and they think it's about to end, and they hit a button, and they go into the armor, then it can still be beneficial to keep it out. Great combo there for him to end the round. It goes to final round. I am up on him by a bar of super, but it's not that big an advantage, so I'm trying to not force anything, not overcommit. Unfortunately, I went for a heavy button there and got counter hit. I think I waited so long that that big wind-up was really evident when I finally did want to do something. That whiff. That should have gotten whiff punished. I tried to shimmy there and got called out because I have been having this additional bad habit of I'll do my shimmy and I will autopilot into a delayed medium punch target combo to punish if they did something shimmy punishable. But I'm doing that even when they didn't do anything. And then sometimes I'm eating a delayed reversal or something on my shimmy because I autopiloted a punish for something that they didn't do. So that's something I'm trying to work on as well. And I got my bait, but I dropped my punish. Thankfully, I did get my combo into death. I was very nervous at this point with all the drops I've had, so that was actually an auto combo. There's a reason that's the only quadriga you see from me, and it's because I knew the auto combo would kill, and I knew it was undroppable, and I was having the kind of day where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna auto combo. It's not worth it. And now a quick break to thank this video's sponsor, Zenni Gaming. Zenni has been a leading online glasses company since 2003, when Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was released. With over 50 million pairs sold, Zenni offers prescription sunglasses, sports glasses, blue light glasses for gaming, safety glasses, and just regular old glasses. So you can look like Marisa outfit 2, Aki outfit 3, whatever you want. And unlike costumes in Street Fighter 6, Zenni is always releasing new fits, all for a fraction of what glasses would cost at an offline store. You can even virtually try them on with your device's camera before you buy. Use promo code GLADIUS to get 10% off your Zenni purchase while supporting the channel. Link is in the description. With such low-cost eyewear, you can find something to match every cosplay or esports jersey. The possibilities are as endless as Ken Main's downplay. Thanks for watching the ad. Now back to the video. So this is a fight versus Shmank, who you have seen in many of my other videos. His Juri was a bracket demon of mine for about 2 years, and recently I finally beat him for the first time at Go for Broke, and then I double eliminated him at Limit Break. But he's a very strong player, so by no means do I feel like I have conquered this player matchup to a point where I can't lose to him. I knew it was likely to be close, and I knew I had to be awake and making intelligent decisions if I wanted to continue to maintain my lead over him. I got a very convincing first round here, but I know that he has a very fast speed of adaptation, and that when Juri gets going, she's a really horrendous matchup for Marisa. So I really did not want to let him run away with it, and I didn't want to become so cocky that I just threw it. I say threw it as Marisa does the throw. I don't know why that's funny to me. Getting clipped by the low fireball here. Kind of just trying to wait to see what he's going to do. I should be walking forward out of the corner more. That's another thing I find is when I'm in the corner, I kind of just go, and stick to the wall like it's my job. And if they back up, that is my opportunity to walk forward. I need to have the confidence to walk forward. I've walked him to the corner now, which is really good, but I again attempted to do a charged heavy in neutral. I've been trying to use my charged heavies more. It's something that Lazy Boredom talked to me about quite a bit. In particular, using them after I do a spacing trap on block, or after they do a spacing trap on block, or doing it after they block a button in a string where they're unlikely to press, even if I'm not actually plus, such as after a stand medium punch or after a back heavy punch. However, because I am using that button more now, I'm occasionally using it in the wrong spot, and that was an example of that. Anytime you implement something new, there are going to be times you implement it incorrectly, and that's just the price of beginning to use new strategies. I got a great backdash there, but unfortunately Marisa's backdash is really slow. I didn't get a punish, and he guessed right and registered very quickly that I had done a backdash. And I guessed wrong on the Hail Mary super and went down in game 1. So I'm trying really hard to stay calm here and to lock in. I got the frame trap off of the blocked drive rush stand medium kick. Very wisely did not opt to continue fake pressure after that. A lot of times I'll want to do a medium punch target combo or a back heavy, even though it's fake, just to get more significant pressure. But I had a feeling he was going to press, and I went for the actual frame trap, and I was right. That is a really unfortunate whiff on the Gladius. He also has a habit of doing drive impact, like button into drive impact or button drive impact in a combo in places near the corner where I'm not looking for it. So I think I need to be a little more aware of drive impact against Shmank as well. I got very lucky with the DI timing there. I was going for the wall splat, but punish counter works too. So we go to round 2. I'm like, okay, I am no longer in a situation where I have no advantage. I'm up around. He has to win 2 rounds in order to end this set, and I only have to win 1 to take it to game 3. I can do this. Did I go for super here? No. That was actually supposed to be a command grab, and I dropped it. And then I tried to go into my cancels off of back heavy punch to stand medium kick. I've been landing those a lot more consistently lately. I landed them the last time I fought Shmank, but unfortunately I just could not for the life of me land them today. So once I registered that I was on block again, I went for the same frame trap as before. I was correct, he mashed, and I converted it into light Dima super to end the round. Really cleverly placed dive kick from him there. I opted to down back after the armor stance because I thought he might DP. He does tend to DP a little bit under pressure, more so than some other Juris, but he'd kind of figured out that I was waiting for it and stopped doing it. Until, of course, I did stop waiting for it. He's really good at timing those things. He gets frame trapped a lot in this set, though. I don't know if I fully registered that or if I just happened to make the right decisions. Is this kill? No, this didn't kill. And this ended up being kind of a scary situation for me, where, yes, I could chip him out, but if I don't, then I could really lose this round. And thankfully, I timed the phalanx correctly. He didn't neutral jump it because he was landing, and he got clipped. I tried to round start sweep there, and I'm really not sure why, because Juri Drive Rush is so brutal, and that is such a slow option. I don't really think it was a wise decision. I'm getting a lot of mileage here off of, like, neutral jump into descending button, and then if he blocks it, just going for the frame trap and frame trapping him. Walking him to the corner. Unfortunately, walked under him and put myself in the corner, and again with that DI that I really was not looking for. I remember thinking in this moment, if I'd reacted to that DI, this set would be over. But unfortunately, it wasn't. And then I got clipped, and he converted into a beautiful combo that only spent level 1 to save his meter. We both have 2 bars of super here. I'm closer to level 3 than he is, but it's functionally even, and this is set point for either one of us. So I really did not want to give this away at this point. I feel I could have been a little more aggressive on offense here. You can see me kind of playing scared. I'm literally jumping away. I'm not taking space on the screen. I'm waiting to react to things. And I have gotten better at waiting and reacting, but I really need to turn the offense back up. I feel like once I let the zoo animal out again, just on a leash, then my Marisa is going to be a lot scarier than this version where I have leashed my Unga tendencies so severely that my offense has been somewhat nerfed. I went for the super there to put him close to burnout. I now have a significant life lead, and he's almost burnt out. So I attempted to go for a wall spot that probably would have put him into stun and won the game. And he reacted to the parry with, reacted to the DI with perfect parry, which really freaked me out. But I went for the frame trap again after the charged knee, and I closed it out. Really, really good set, really great player. And so we go to final set. This Blanka had just eliminated my friend Pilch, and I don't really play sets against Blankas. South Jersey locals, Philly locals, we don't have Blankas. The Blankas are all North Jersey and online. So the biggest mistake I made in this set, looking back on it, is that I expected him to do the things that Blankas on ranked do to me. And he did not play like an online Blanka. I got really mauled in this set, and immediately afterwards I grabbed my friend Scrub, who also plays Marisa, and went, hey, can you watch this replay with me? I really don't know what happened. I'm not sure why it went so badly. What should I have been doing? And the biggest thing that he pointed out to me, and that stood out to me, is that not only was I not checking the stuff he was doing, but I had been looking for all these things he wasn't doing. Like, I was watching for full screen command grab, like, all the time, because Blanka's on ranked will do that to me. I was watching for full screen ball, because Blanka's on ranked will do that to me. And I was also specifically looking for that hop off of jab, jab into hop, not off of kick into hop. And he does that same kick into hop multiple times throughout the set. And it hits me every single time because I was not looking for it. I was looking for all these things that he wasn't even doing and not reacting to the player in front of me. And that's something that I find happens to me much more commonly against characters that I don't fight often, because the only data that I have on that character is from people online. And I've functionally been conditioned preemptively by not even the person that I'm fighting against. And what I should be doing is paying attention to how they like to play, not projecting the way that people online like to play. The other thing that really stood out to me here as the mistake that I made is that I don't pressure. What I was just saying about playing too passive, Scrub pointed out multiple opportunities here where I was in range to do even just forward heavy kick into Gladius, and I was just waiting to react to stuff. And particularly against Blanka, I feel like that's a really bad strategy unless the Blanka has particular obvious habits that are really punishable. Like if they like to go for like slide and then I can blow that up. If they like to go for Blanka ball and I can blow that up. I was looking for Blanka ball so much. You'll see me go into random armor stance a lot during this set because I was looking to OS that if he did Blanka ball, I input command grab, and if it's a heavy ball, I armor it, and if it's a light ball and he was going to land in front of me, I command grab him out of it. But he doesn't really do full screen ball. He doesn't, and I wasn't adapting to the things he actually was doing. There are a lot of opportunities here where I could have gotten something going, at least on block. Like there, his string ended and I just didn't press a button. I'm kind of just sitting there waiting for him to do something. And against a character as weird and quirky as Blanka, I feel waiting to react is an especially bad strategy because he has stuff that's weird to react to. So it's better to just not give him the opportunity to get started, kind of like Kimberly. I needed to apply more pressure here. At the very beginning of this round, I got something going, but I got checked by the backwards reeling ball. That's something I really want to play against my friends who play Blanka more and get used to dealing with. Because there are a lot of situations where I just forget that that would be a valid escape option. It's like a weird kind of alternate dive kick in a lot of ways, and how it will beat throw or will beat options that don't really hit meaty because it reels him out of the way and then back in. I ended up in the corner in burnout here, which is a terrible place to be against Blanka. Went for the super. I think on classic this would have killed, but I did the modern super. I still really struggle with my classic input supers, so it did not kill. And I think I threw this round, if I remember correctly. I don't think I got a round. Yep, I got screwed over by the hop. I went for a dash forward into nothing in an attempt to bait a wake-up reversal or something, because that is what Blankas do to me online, and that is not what this guy did. All told, I am very proud of the fact that I didn't tilt to the point where I couldn't perform at all at this tournament. I wish I had played better, but if I had one of my worst days in a long time, it's still 3-2 and a top 8 7th place placing at a 25-person event, then I am progressing as a player, and I am choosing to hold on to that.